Welcome to Rowley Lane Arena, where you find our first 90 minutes live action of the pre-season in association with East Hearts Radio and Universal Signs. Welwyn Garden City against Royston Town this afternoon. Two teams from the Southern League forced to go just a couple of miles down the A1 to the 3G pitch here, because of the weather that we've been having. A lot of work's been done on the pitch at the Isabel Hospice Stadium. I didn't want to ruin that, so we're here on the 3G. From many of two sides, I've got a line in common, of course. They both come from Step 6 in the football pyramid. Royston through from Division 1 of the South Midlands League a couple of years before Welwyn Garden City won it and got themselves up to Step 4. Royston, of course, could have been up to Step 2 had things not been drawn to a conclusion because of the coronavirus outbreak, because they were doing well, just 2 points off the top of Southern League Premier Central. I'll take you through the Citizens lineup in just a few moments. Meanwhile, they've got a free kick right on the halfway line, which Sean Close is lining up, threads it away over to the right-hand side. Our position here, it's almost like I've been sentenced, because we're commentating behind the bars here on the 3G at this facility in Arkley. So the referee blows the whistle. Appropriate time to take you through the lineup for Welwyn Garden City. Charlie Jones in goal. Jay Rolfe at right back. Johnny Sexton at left back. In between the two, Sean Close and Dylan Abengo. We've then got a midfield of Charlie Payne, Alfie Warman, who might well be a new name to Welwyn Garden City fans, and skipper Dave Keenley's side, and then three-man front line of Jordan Kinoshi, another new signing, Jack Vasey and Scott Knight as well, making his first appearance in a Welwyn Garden City shirt. So that's Nicky Ironson's lineup. Had a chat with him before the game, and said it had been quite a nightmare trying to arrange things for these pre-season games, which you can understand with all the coronavirus requirements and also just the requirements to trying to find a pitch to play on. As far as Royston are concerned, we understand they're going to field 2 11s. So they're going to have 11 out in the first match, 11 out in the second. Can give you their first half lineup. Harry Smart in goal, Iman Kusi at right back, Kai Igboni at left back, two centre backs, Eda Safu and Adam Murray, three-man midfield, Adam Watkins, Danny Green and Isa Rotimi, and then up front Josh Williams, Johnny Edwards and Josh Castiglione. And if you are wondering about Josh Williams' inclusion, yes, it is Josh Williams who scored all those goals for Ware last season. He's on trial evidently with Royston Town, and Royston Town who snap up a few from Ware, of course. Brandon Adams will be appearing in the second match, former Ware player. Long ball forward onto the edge of the Royston penalty area, and for a moment it looked like Jordan Kinoshi might be in there, but he's thumbed out of play for a throw-in on this near side, which Johnny Sexton will take. Welwyn Garden City in the familiar all claret kit. Royston Town in their familiar white shirts and black shorts. Royston coming forward, but Welwyn Garden City tried to sort that out through Charlie Payne. He's lost the ball, and on this near side Sean Close has got a little bit of defending to be done, but Close closes the space down well, but a long ball down the right side touchline, and in the end it's Charlie Jones who will put it out on this near side. Ball's given away though rather cheaply. Royston come forward right hand side of the box, challenge going in by Dylan Abengo, but referee's going to pull it back for a previous challenge on Josh Castiglione, who gets up to his feet just a little bit gingerly, and referee pointing it's going to be a free kick to Royston Town. Welwyn Garden, both these teams had action already this season. Royston 7-0 winners at Haverhill in their pre-season opener, and Welwyn Garden City 5-2 winners against London Tigers in midweek. Elliot Bailey is not here today, got a couple, and Eusebio da Silva not involved today as well. Got one of those, two for Callum Stead, and he's on the bench this afternoon. Free kick is going to be taken in and go to the far side where the header comes in, and it's easy meat for Charlie Jones to pick it up on the edge of his 6-yard box. So it's a free kick that came in from Isa Rotimi, and it was the big centre-half Adam Murray who met it. And at the other end, meanwhile, the ball's all the way back to the goalkeeper Harry Smart, who lived up to his name in his bright green, the goalkeeping kit. Long ball forward, but Sean Close will head that one down, and Keenley side will get there to find Johnny Sexton on this near side. He's put under immediate pressure though. Ball's been lost to us through a flurry of Royston substitutes on the sideline here, but Welwyn Garden City have won themselves a free kick. There's about 5 minutes gone here at the Rowley Green Arena. It's where Maccabi London Lions play. Don't play on this pitch, they play on the one which is over the back from here. As header goes up, Jack Facey is wrestling away with Adam Murray, but looking at the size of Adam Murray, there was only going to be one winner there, as Royston coming away down that left-hand side, ball threaded forward looking for Josh Williams, but he couldn't catch up with it. And so Welwyn Garden City have themselves a throw in. Our programme on 90 Minutes Live, by the way. Well, today's the first one. We'll be at Watson Park on Tuesday night. Ware against Grays Athletic, and we'll be back up Watson Park this time next Saturday, and so will Royston. This is a 3-team tournament going on between Ware, Chesham United and Royston on that particular occasion. We'll look forward to that. Further highlights of pre-season, certainly the 5th of September, when Hertford against Welwyn Garden City will be one of the games, and of course the 1st of September, when the FA get it together to make the draw, we will find out who is going to be playing in the first extra preliminary round of the FA Cup. We're going to be involved in that, so we'll be bringing you coverage of that as well. And hopefully, obviously, when the fans are allowed back in, that, as you can hear, a little bit of atmosphere being provided by the Royston bench that we're standing right behind at this moment in time. They've got themselves a goal kick. Harry Smart will take it with the right boot. Lands just inside the Welwyn Garden City half. Good header back by Jay Rolfe. VC helps it on, but Royston seem to have it control. VC comes through, but in the end Scott Knight was adjudged to have been holding the Royston defender, and so Royston Town, the Crows, will have a free kick. Sean Close inside the centre circle wins it well. Welwyn Garden City in possession with Dave Keenley's side. Keenley's side nips it to his right, gets it back from Jack Vesey. Good control possession by the citizens, and win themselves a free kick for a foul on Jordan Ginoshi. Coming forward, ball threaded to the edge of the box, but Murray will sort this out for Royston. Long ball forward. Johnny Sexton goes up. Sexton does well to control it away from a challenge, and also Sexton goes down under challenge from Adam Watkins, but referee doesn't want to give a free kick. And coming forward now are Royston. Jack Vasey picks it up on the halfway line. Neat turn by the big number 9. He's got a few options in front of him. Ganoshi's making his way into the box, but he plays the ball all the way back to Dave Keenley's side. The skipper nips it to his right to Dylan Abengo. Abengo out onto that far side touchline where Jay Rolfe had made the overlap. Keenley's side gets it back, looks for Alfie Warman, but in the end it all comes to nothing as Royston get themselves a free kick. So Southern League Division 1 Central, Welwyn Garden City of course, and Southern League Premier Central, Royston Town. So one division separating the two sides. It did meet last season of course in the League Cup, and Welwyn Garden City probably put in one of their best performances of last season. They beat Royston 5-3 in a really memorable night at the Isabel Hospice. But won't be doing that again, of course, because the Southern League have made the announcement that the League Cup's going to be axed because of the truncated league format, which will start hopefully on the 19th of September. But we wait to see quite what will transpire with all of that. Fingers crossed anyway that Step 4 will start then, because we'll be with Welwyn Garden City half and where, as Joe Rolfe brings the ball away from the edge of the Welwyn Garden City area, does well under pressure, puts it all the way back to Charlie Jones, who thumps it towards the halfway line. Up goes Vasey, can't win it in the air. Keighley's side is beaten to it by the number 2, Adam Watkins, but in the end the referee wants to work with Watkins, as he's decided that it's worth a little bit of a chat to the Royston Town number 2. Royston, of course, lost a fair number of last season's squads. 6 of them moved on. The most prominent of those gone being Joe Newton, who was having trials, of course, with Coventry City. But meanwhile, Kinoshi has hit the deck here, but coming forward down the right-hand side with a fair bit of pace is Castiglione. Puts the ball inside, but Delina Bengo does well to thump it away from the edge of his own 6-yard box. So it's going to be a throw-in to Royston to be taken on this near side. Number 2, Adam Watkins, is the man who will take it. Meanwhile, the referee just coming over and wanting a little bit of a word to make sure that Jordan Kinoshi is okay. Give you the Welwyn Garden City substitutes, by the way, as we know them. It's been a little bit difficult, as you can imagine, getting team lineups. Chris Waters, who's the assistant manager of Royston, gave us theirs on an envelope. So it's not all printed team sheets. I don't think John Watson's ever had to have one of those, but our thanks to him, because it would have been a difficult job if he hadn't intervened and helped us out. Meanwhile, Royston trying to come forward. Rolf's missed the ball, and they can come forward on that left-hand side with Kai Ignaboni. But Welwyn Garden City, in fact, it was Dylan Abengo who did well to get over and cover the run. And meanwhile, Charlie Payne does well to win Welwyn Garden City a throw. Vasey just inside the Royston half. A little bit slow on the ball, but Keighley's side will get it back. Tries to send Kinoshi going down this left-hand side, but runs all the way through to the goalkeeper, Harry Smart. So about 12 minutes gone here, no score. Welcome along, just joined us. 90 minutes live with me, Pete Hill, for the afternoon, first pre-season commentary of this young 2021 season. All strange stuff behind closed doors, but we'll do our best to make sure that you have at least some form of action on East Hearts Radio in association with Universal Signs of Stansted Abbots. Long ball forward, but Charlie Jones will pick that up fairly comfortably on the edge of his 6-yard box. Bowls out on the far side to Joe Rolfe. Rolfe's control isn't good, but in the end, Egbony couldn't really do much with it. So Welwyn Garden City will get themselves a throw in, which Joe Rolfe will take. It's going over the top of Vasey's head. Charlie Payne will chase it through, but in the end it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper from Eda Safu. Another loose one from Royston though, and here comes Kinoshi down the right hand side of the box, and it is, well, looked like it might have been a corner, but in the end it was Adam Murray who came across, did the covering job for Royston. Smart, the goalkeeper, will take the goal kick from the goal away to our left-hand side. Lands on the halfway line, but nobody really can control it. Bounces off of Johnny Edwards. In the end, it goes out for a throw-in to Welwyn Garden City. On the bench for the Citizens, by the way, we've got Jesse Walklin, George Ironton, Callum Stead and Thomas Apuku. I think you can probably take it as read. We'll see all four of those during the course of this one, as Kenoshi, well, he's intended ball for Vasey, goes wide and Smart comes out to collect. We've also got K. Patrick, Casey Henry and Rob Banks, who are four players that, even Nicky Ironton didn't know what KK's surname was, so help the commentator out. But so there, the Welwyn Garden City subs, as said earlier. If you just joined us, Royston will be fielding 2 11s. So, which is kind of handy, really, because it means we don't have to worry about substitutions. You just have two completely separate teams. Dylan Abengo against Josh Williams on that far side. First time we've seen Williams, really, in any form of action. But the ball on this side looks dangerous, and it looks dangerous because Royston have taken the lead, threaded across, and the number 14, Iman Kusi, the right back, has side-footed it past Charlie Jones to put Royston Town 1 goal in front. Welwyn Garden City Court on their left-hand side, and simplest of goals in the end for Royston. Goal timed at 15 minutes, and so the Premier League side are in front. Iman Kusi, the goal scorer. So Citizens have got to come from behind. Of course, not all about results, as managers will tell you. It's about performances, it's about looking at teams, looking at players, looking at formations, and spinning it all together. But meanwhile, Warman, as well, he's got the ball back. Alfie Warman plays it down the far side to Jay Rolfe, down the line, looking for Knight. Knight's not gone much inside, and in the end it was decent defending, which robbed him of the ball. So Royston will look to come forward again. Eda Safu on this near side finds the lively Adam Watkins. He's caught the eye in the opening 15 minutes or so. Watkins' ball forward, and feeling Royston getting in their stride a little bit here. Said they did have the best season ever last season, finishing, if you count it as a season, in the highest place ever in the pyramid. Steve Castle, their manager, of course, former Leyton Orient player. Plenty of experience in the Football League, as Charlie Jones comes way out of his box and thumps the ball down the line. Can't find anybody, but Knight will get it back for Welwyn Garden City. It's Warman for Charlie Payne. Charlie Payne delays on it too long, though, and Royston looking to come forward, but in the end Johnny Edwards gets a real blast from his manager, who's standing just about 12 feet from me, and Josh Williams had no chance of getting the ball, which Abengo will go and collect on that far side. Down the line for Jay Rolfe to take the throw in for Welwyn Garden City. They trail here by a goal to nil. Goal scored by Iman Kusi after 15 minutes when they caught out on their left hand side. Jay Rolfe will take the throw in down the line over the head of Jack Basey, in fact over everybody's head, but Warman will try and keep it in. He's shrugged aside though, long ball forward, and Charlie Jones has to come out and collect it away from the challenge of Johnny Edwards, as well as the goalkeeper. Nicky Ironton, a bit of a nightmare with goalkeepers last year really, because he didn't have one that could really stamp his authority on the number 1 jersey. Marco Tavares, of course, was there as well. He's had Aaron Bull played on Tuesday night, who'd played a couple of games for Ware. But Charlie Jones very much, I think, the number 1 man at the moment, as Lee Close has headed it down, and Royston could be in here once again on the edge of the area. This is Josh Williams in possession. Williams goes round the Bengo, puts it across, and it's put in the net by Johnny Evans. So Johnny Edwards makes it 2-0 to Royston Town. And Welwyn Garden City, well, even at these early stages, not the best of starts for Nicky Ironton's side. Josh Williams did well on the left-hand side, pulled it across the box, and Edwards was there with the easiest of jobs, just to side-foot it in. It's 4 minutes between the two goals, and Royston lead by those 2 goals to nil. far side. J. Rolfe in possession for Welwyn Garden City down the line, but that one's hoofed out, and Warman tries to push it forward, but here comes Royston at the end down that left-hand side. Josh Williams, well, we know what he can do, how dangerous he is. And remember that goal against Tooting and Mitcham for Ware, and he's got Edwards in here again, but Sean Close does well, and the ball goes out for a corner to Royston Town. I mean, Josh Williams scored so many important goals for Ware. I mean, Paul Halsey won't want to lose him, but he will understand, obviously, a player who wants to take a step up in the pyramid should he be offered something from Royston Town. Corner's going to come in on that far side. Royston's second half team have now going for a wander and a warm-up as the corner evades everybody and is going to go out on the far side for a throw-in. Throw-in taken in, and once again it's the number 2, Adam Watkins, who's caught the eye most definitely so far. Pushes the ball through on the edge of the area as Edwards. Could get worse for the Citizens here, but they sort it out, and Charlie Bain tries to clear. Once again, too slow and ponderous on the ball though, and Royston will get it back. Castiglione for Watkins. Watkins turns it inside neatly for Danny Green. Green on this near side for Rotimi. Rotimi tries to thread it out on the far side for Iman Kusi, the right fullback who scored the first goal, but overcooks it, and the ball goes out for a goal kick to Welwyn Garden City. Halfway through the first period here then, just joined us, welcome along, Peter Hill with you for 90 minutes live in association with East Hearts Radio and Universal Signs, our new sponsors. And if you're wondering about 90 minutes the show, by the way, we're hoping that will be back on air on Monday week. It's going to be slightly different from the studio live version, but we are going to have a version of 90 minutes out on Monday week with a new time of 7:30, so make a note of that. 7:30 till 9 you'll be able to hear 90 minutes before talking with Josh Dean at 9 o'clock on East Hearts Radio. That will also be about Tuesday night, Ware against Grays Athletic. First chance to cast the eye over Paul Hall's team. 13 members of last season's squad have already signed back, and high hopes that Ware can continue where they left off last season. Well, they headed the Isthmian League Division 1 South Central. Welwyn Garden City in possession. Facey tries to thread the ball out to Knight on that far side, but he can't keep it in. And Royston have looked pretty comfortable, it's got to be said, so far. And Harry Smart hasn't really had a save to make, as Royston in possession again with Adam Watkins. Watkins for Castiglione. He's been at Royston a few years. Plays the ball inside for very experienced Danny Green. Not Harlow Town amongst others on his CV. Danny Green picks the ball up again, moving about nicely. Watkins threads it forward. Castiglione, nobody had gone with him, but got plenty of time to turn inside the centre circle. Royston is playing succession of keep ball here. Green once again to Watkins. Watkins all the way back to Adam Murray. Green's got it back again. Asafu this time tries to find Josh Williams on the far side, but in the end the ball threads out of play and away for a throw-in to Welwyn Garden City. J. Rolfe, versatile defender, can really play anywhere across that back four. He's the man that takes it. It's, on this near side though, Watkins will get it back for Royston. Welwyn Garden City will know Eusebio de Silva, Elliot Bailey, both not available this afternoon, but George Irons and Callum Stead both on the bench alongside Thomas Opoku, and imagine along with Jesse Walklin as well. Those four will, as I was saying earlier, most definitely be making an appearance for you would consider, well, certainly three of them. Thomas Opoku was sniffing around the first team, wasn't he? But certainly George Irons, Cameron Sped and Jesse Walklin would be three of the first names you put on your team sheet. So they're yet to come. But Welwyn Garden City got to come from behind. They're 2-0 down here against an impressive-looking Royston 11 so far. Warman tries to thread the ball down this side for Kinoshi, but can't find him. Danny Green has it for Royston. Green goes down under challenge. In fact, it's his free kick. Green kind of saw Warman coming, I think. A bit of experience by Danny Green. Here's Josh Williams for Royston. Williams with that languid style that then suddenly explodes into a little bit of pace. As Green on that far side finds a left fullback, Igbenoni. Green again, and thought about the shot, and he's going to try the shot, and Charlie Jones goes down and saves well from Adam Watkins in the end. Watkins rather sold a dummy first time round, then he did hit it, but it was all the way along the ground, and the goalkeeper saved it fairly comfortably in his orange kit. His kick lands at the feet of Jack Facey. Far side of the field, Charlie Payne goes down, and we have a free kick for Welwyn Garden City. Charlie Payne will know, of course. His dad played a few hundred games down the road from here at Underhill. Derek, I remember having the pleasure of covering Barnett's times early in the league back in the early 90s, Stan Flashman and all, as Dave Keenley's side will take the free kick for the Citizens. Not a bad one, but Kinoshi on this near side collects it, and then suddenly it was Adam Murray who went flying across the box, and the referee decided that it was going to be a free kick. Long kick forward. Abengo goes up, lands off the back of his head. Johnny Sexton will bring it down, but can only thump it, metaphorically out of the ground, if you call it, the way we're covered by fencing all the way round. Another game going on behind us. Got no idea who's playing there, but real hive of activity this afternoon. There's the Rowley Green centre. Back for the goalkeeper, Smart. Bowls it out, and here once again is Adam Watkins. Watkins finds Castiglione, puts it all the way back to Murray. Murray looking up for the options, and Watkins is an ever-present option wearing the number 2. Don't let that fool you though. Here's the other number 2, Jay Rolfe, puts it down looking for Knight, but he can't control it. Ball bounces off his foot and goes out for a throw in. 18 minutes to go before the break. Royston 2-0 up, with goals from Johnny Edwards and also from Iman Kusi, who started things off. Both goals coming in 4 minutes from opposite sides of the Welwyn Garden City box. Kusi side putting it in from the right hand side, and Josh Williams causing a bit of a havoc on the left hand side, which gave Edwards a chance just to roll the ball in from inside the 6-yard box. Welwyn Garden City got a throw midway inside the Royston half. Jack Basey finds Rolfe. Rolfe for Keenley side is Charlie Payne. Payne's got Sexton outside him. Johnny Sexton pulls it back. Charlie Payne, the edge of the area, puts it across, but Royston managed to get ahead for it, and Scott Knight can't get it under control, but Welwyn Garden City will have a throw in. It's been rare occupation in this part of the pitch for Welwyn Garden City, so the shot comes in, and it wasn't a bad one at all. Alfie Warman on the turn. Goalkeeper looked worried for a second until it went past the post, but first real effort of note from the Citizens, who found it hard going against their Premier Division opponents. Long ball forward down this side from Royston, no Wayward. Haven't put too many wayward balls forward. Murray was the culprit. Ball goes out of play for a goal kick to Welwyn Garden City. Just joined us, welcome along. 90 minutes live with me, Pete Hill, from Rowley Green. It's a new ground for me, and a new one for Welwyn Garden City and Royston Town, I dare say, as well. Match moved from the Isabel Hospice because of the weather. And at the moment, anyway, it's been going Royston's way. They lead here by 2-0 as Sean Close heads it up. Looking for Keenley side. Payne will head it forward. Can't get near Knight. Thumped upfield. Josh Williams can't get under it, but Danny Green can for Royston Town. Williams. Once again, some of that tricky footwork. Pulls the ball inside. There's a wholehearted collision in midfield between Rotimi and Charlie Payne, and in the end it's Payne who manages to win the free kick for Welwyn Garden City. Alfie Warman coming forward. Long, languid number 8, but he's lost the ball and lost it cheaply. Watkins, Castiglione inside the centre circle for Danny Green. Green's ball looking for Edwards, who surely is offside, but Charlie Jones had come out and read it anyway. And offside trap worked well on that particular occasion. Interesting central defensive partnership this year for Nicky Ironton. Sean Close, we all know, stalwart of the club, and Dylan Abengo, who more than 100% every game. Long ball forward as Keenley side. Another full Welwyn Garden City man will collect it, but he did go over the top of the ball a little bit. And it's going to be a free kick to Royston Town. Watkins, the number 2, will take it. Finds Eder Safu, one of those two centre-backs, the more diminutive of the two centre-backs, but I think most people would be more diminutive when you're alongside Adam Murray. Coming forward is Josh Williams. Williams plays Edwards in on the edge of the box, but Sean Close does well to get the challenge in, and Scott Knight wins the ball. Abengo down the line, can't keep it in though. It's going to be a throw-in to Royston. Past the half-hour mark here. Royston fairly comfortable, it's got to be said, in their 2-goal advantage. Murray for Watkins. Neat turn away from Keenley side. Asafu on that far side. Down the line further. Asafu gets it back. Danny Green's come on a bit of possession, but Murray will pick it up midway inside the Royston half. Murray's long ball forward. Castiglione's going down this right hand side. He's going to keep it in as well. Did well not to give up a lost cause there. Ball comes across. Header comes in from Edwards, but goes wide of the target. Watkins again caused a problem with a cross, but you've got to say it was Josh Castiglione who didn't give up a lost cause, went all the way down to the sideline and then pulled the ball across for Watkins to put it over. And Edwards has not really figured too much in this game. But scored the goal, of course, second one. But that was really a rare chance, or rare chance on either end. Hadn't really been anything at the other end apart from Alfie Warman's shot, which drifted wide as Jay Rolfe, long kick, but he's put it over the top and out of the ground once more for a throw-in to Royston. That throw-in, looking for Edwards, who's wrestling away with Bengo. Well read by Johnny Sexton, who gets in the way of the ball to Castiglione, but then gives it away. Welwyn Garden City could be in trouble here, but Castiglione, well, I don't quite know what was on his mind there. He had Watkins making a really good overlap on the right. Josh Williams had made his way in the box, but he decided just to thump it fairly hopefully, more than anything else, and it went wide of the target on the right-hand side. So, games going on left and right. If you can hear voices behind me, it's the game behind me. All I can tell you, it looks like Inter Milan playing, but it says Inter Milan shirts, but I don't think it is. But may find out at half-time who it is who's playing over there. Meanwhile, here it's Royston and Welwyn Garden City. Welwyn Garden City nominally the home club, so Welwyn Garden City 0, Royston 2. Royston looking for a little bit of revenge for that League Cup defeat last season. But far different circumstances. Payne's ball forward, looking for Vasey, but he's really hardly got a touch so far, as Warman is adjudged to have committed a foul just to the left of the box, and Watkins will take it. Finds Castiglione, lively character, puts it back once more for Danny Green. Green for Watkins. Castiglione on this near side. Danny Green on the halfway line. Sit forward, looking for Edwards. Edwards chips it down this right touchline, but Johnny Sexton had done well to read that and manages to police it away from the number 14 Iman Kusi and go out for a goal kick to the Citizens. Welwyn Garden City, you've got a collection of friendlies sorted out. Oxy Jets away on Tuesday, Walthamstow away next Saturday, 25th they're away at Baldock, and then on the 5th of September is a game which I'll be at, and we'll have live commentary on Hertford against Welwyn Garden City. Very much like Nicky Ironton, Ben Hurd's got quite a few of his young Hertford team back, and could be an exciting season for them with the likes of Kit Brown, Ben Wayman, Isaac Pedro, all coming back into the fold at Hartingford Berry Park. Meanwhile, Welwyn Garden City have got themselves a free kick with Sean Close. Will nip out to that right-hand side. It was a poor one, though. Jay Rolfe couldn't get near it. Long ball forward, and Bengo's going to have to use some pace here to outpace Josh Williams, and does. Gives Charlie Jones a difficult job, though, and the goalkeeper just pumps it out midway inside his own half. Referee wanted a little bit of word here. I don't know whether Johnny Edwards has been saying something. It's Edwards and Close who had a throw in. Keenly side protests with the referee. He should have had more than a throw in. The referee not interested. Pensive looking Nicky Ironton with his arms folded on that far side. And a yellow card being shown to Dave Keenly's side. So it's a friendly, but perhaps he wasn't too friendly to the referee there. So first yellow card of the afternoon goes by way of the Welwyn Garden City skipper, as Jay Rolfe will take the throw in from the far side. Helped on by Keenly's side, but Knight had got the wrong side. Good header coming in from Sean Close, away from Edwards. Johnny Sexton is beaten to it by Castiglione, and he's going to have to go back and do some defending now as the number 12 goes herring down the right-hand touchline. His ball across the box has found Josh Williams. Williams to his right. Watkins with the finish, but can't provide it as he puts it wide of the post. Should have been 3. Again, Sexton misreading the ball on this near side link. Castiglione caused all the problems. Ball across the box. Josh Williams did well to set up Watkins, and his ball just wide of the target. Obviously got probably mixed thoughts from people in East Herts territory about Josh Williams playing well. Rather see him playing well in a Ware shirt than a Royston shirt, but he's not in a bad half as the 20-year-old. Long kick forward by Charlie Jones on the head of Vasey, but he can't control his header. Scott Knight does well to come back on the chase, and in the end he's won himself a free kick. So decent running by Welwyn Garden City's new number 11. Let's see Jesse Walklin, I think he's warming up on that far side. I see Eusebio de Silva over there as well. I can see Eusebio de Silva over there with a number 6 on his back, so I think as maybe I didn't get all the substitutes from Nicky Ironton. We'll let you know as that goes. Ball bounces off it's more off of Johnny Sexton's shoulder, as Kenoshi does well to put a challenge on Watkins, who's had very much the freedom of the 3G here so far this afternoon. Here's Danny Green under pressure from Dave Keenly's side, and decent pressure from the Citizens. Forces the ball all the way back to Smart. Hurried kick. Castiglione heads it out, but only because he got a shove in the back by Johnny Sexton. So it's going to be a free kick to the Crows. I've had an interesting time of it, haven't they, Royston, really, because a few years ago in the South Midlands League they were going absolutely nowhere. And then controversially, Bunnyford Down won the Hertfordshire Senior County League, and a lot of their players ended up at Royston under Paul Atfield, and the club never really looked back since then. And good luck to them. They really have done well to rise up the pyramid. Got good support as well of Royston, and if you're listening from that neck of the woods, then welcome along. Glad to be of service to you in providing commentary on a game that sadly you can't attend, despite the fact you can go to the bowling alley. All a bit weird, but hopefully sense at some stage will prevail as Dave Keenley's side's being held. Well, there's shirts going all over the place here. I think Keenley's side wanted a white shirt there. No social distance in between those two, that's for sure. As Welwyn Garden City get themselves a free kick. Dangerous position this. He was battling away. Was Keenley's side. We know he can hit them. Got one on our website, a real cracker of a free kick, if you remember that one. That was from round about this range as well, actually, but a little bit more centrally. This is left-hand side, but will suit the right boot. Keenley's side, though, can't beat Danny Green, who's the last man in the wall. But Warman's going to try one again, and once again, goalkeeper looked a little bit concerned as it whizzed past his left-hand post. So Alfie Warman certainly shown he can hit football. No doubt about that. So Welwyn Garden City subs on that far side are all warming up. So I think we're going to see fairly wholesale changes at half time for the Citizens. Far side of the field. It's Royston coming forward again with Josh Williams. If he can keep it in, Williams can't keep it in though, as a linesman's flag testifies on that far side of the field. So approaching a half time here into the last 3 or 4 minutes. We'll be taking a break here on 90 Minutes Live for about 15 minutes to allow you to get our half time cuppa and then be back with full commentary of the second half here at Rowley Green. Not good if you're a Citizens fan so far. Trail here 2-0 to Royston, but early days, of course. As Welwyn Garden City reserve side, of course, playing away against Walthamstow under 23s this afternoon as well. That's where Ricky lively. Here's Scott Knight on the right hand side, but he's given the ball away on that far side. Long ball forward. Josh Williams won't catch up with that because it goes out of the ground, and Welwyn Garden City will have themselves a throw-in taken quickly by Keenley's side for Charlie Payne. Payne will find Keenley's side again. Vasey, who's been dropping a little bit deep, finds Johnny Sexton. This is probably the best period of the game for the Citizens so far. Long ball forward. Sean Close will head it up in the air. Charlie Payne will go in challenge of Danny Green. Green manages to get there first. Royston just take their foot off the gas a little bit. Some of that nice approach play is not happening at the moment, but they've got a chance now as Edwards is on the left-hand side. Josh Williams continuing to run forward. Warman's lost his footing. Williams is inside the box. Williams goes down, and the referee points to the penalty spot. Sean Close protests his innocence, but got to say, fair play. I'm looking through a wire fence, but it looked like a pen to me. And suddenly, having got back into the game, Welwyn Garden City face the prospect of going to a two-goal advantage. Citizens' best part of the game resulted in Jack Vasey scoring that goal, and it's going to be all change in the second half anyway, because it's going to be Royston Part 2, as we know there's going to be 11 changes for them. We know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Welwyn Garden City substitutes warming up, so it's going to be wholesale changes for Nicky Ironton as well. So it's almost going to be a new game. Going to be in a new game next week, which break and tell you about that in a second. Royston coming forward, the dangerous Josh Williams again. Williams edge of the area, turning left, right, and Josh Williams still going, but in the end it took 3 defenders and the boot of Alfie Warman to delay his progress. Here's Watkins, haven't seen him for a bit, as brings the ball forward on that far side. Castiglione, who's come over from the right, finds Danny Green. Referee's looking at his watch. Can't be long remaining, I wouldn't have thought. Danny Green chips it inside, looking for Castiglione. Here's Watkins who'll thump it, but